Hello everyone, welcome back. It is Sunday evening, September 15th. It's actually starting to feel a little bit like fall, which is good. It's been a busy week. We've been into pumpkins heavy this week. We had a little bit of break in sweet corn. That breaks over tomorrow, so this coming week will be corn and pumpkins. And we've got some cabbage we got to get cut too. So we're in the home stretch, final push of getting the crops out of the field. Doesn't mean the work's done, because once we get the crops out, then we got to get the fields cleaned up, do fall tillage, cover crops, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, it's been a busy week. You can see I still got the sprayer hooked to the tractor, still spraying crops. We've I went yesterday into Virginia, picked up 5,000 strawberry plants. I cut back a little bit on them this year, so we're getting there. Picked a lot of pumpkins this week and didn't put a dent in them. I've got several bins promised this week, so I've got to get those picked and out of the field, and got to get some delivered. I delivered some last week. I've also got something coming up at the end of the week that I've got to deal with. So yeah, it's kind of crazy time. Like I said, the final drive in harvest is it's a good time. You kind of get a second wind, and you can see the end in sight, and you start knocking crops out, and you're done. But meanwhile, I've got to do some equipment maintenance. I got to fix my bush hog, because I got some fields I need to get cleaned up. Gotta get that done. Gotta get plastic up. Just the normal stuff. Hopefully by about the end of October, we'll have all the crops out of the field, all the fields closed out by the middle of November. What fall tillage we're going to do done by then, and that's kind of the deadline. So we're looking at 2 more months, and sounds like a lot of time, but it really ain't. But anyhow, this year I kind of narrowed the list of crops down. Well, not really. I mean, I'm always trying something different, something new every year. But already kind of why it's fresh on my mind, what I like to do is, as we're moving through, what crops done good for us this year and what didn't. And kind of start planning for next year, and sourcing the ground that I'll be using for next year. And one of the crops that is going away, and it's 2 years in a row that it's not done well, is broccoli. Past 2 years in a row is not done well. I cut back a little on the strawberries. They may get expanded at some point. I don't know. Of course, we've now added cattle, which, that's another thing. And, some point we'll probably add more. But, so we're kind of in a situation right now where, as I'm finishing up, I'm looking at the crops. What do I want to keep the same for next year? What do I want to cut back on? And what do I want to expand on? And there's a lot of things go into that equation, if you will, and one of them is, how well those crops have done for me, and or not done for me, either way you want to look at it. And broccoli, I'm just tired of it. We may grow a little early, but other than that, I'm not planting any late broccoli. Cabbage, I'll have some cabbage. I always grow a little cabbage. May grow more, may grow less. I don't know. May grow the same. Sweet corn. I'm kicking some ideas around in my head on sweet corn. Sweet corn, pumpkins, pretty sure I'll have those next year. Strawberries, of course. Got to get the ground fixed, plastic laid, no strawberries in the ground as quick as possible. So I'd like to get that done, like I said, as quick as possible. May expand some on the sweet corn. I don't know. Pumpkins, depends on how this year goes. So far, so good, but pumpkins is one of those things like baseball. If you hit it, you can do good. But if you don't, you feed them to the cows and livestock. But that's part of it. But, you know, in order for a farm, whether it be small, large, family, corporate, whatever, to stay in business, you've got to constantly evolve. And that's where that planning and that thought process goes into, that we're continuously evolving our operation to make it more stable and secure long term. Now, I do believe diversification is a good thing. I mean, I don't want to grow just one crop, but you can also get over it too diversified, to where you're not, you know, if the crops are not good partner crops, then you get stretched too thin, and I've had that happen a time or two. So, but that's kind of where we're at. Like I said, we're closing in on the final push of harvest, and it's see the light at the end of the tunnel. You kind of get your second wind. Weather starts cooling off. You know you're winding up crops, and you know, we've got probably around 3 acres of corn, and then of course the 5 acres of pumpkins, which we've started on, about 2 acres of cabbage, and we'll be done. Of course, then fall tillage and all that stuff starts. So, but that's just kind of where we're at. It's been crazy busy. My goal of getting a video up every day or every other day has not happened. I've had a heck of a time shooting them for some reason. This is the third attempt on this video. It's just that time of year. But we'll be sure to get you plenty of footage. We'll try to get you some footage of pumpkin harvest. And of course, we'll get lots of footage of cleaning up fields and cover cropping and all that good stuff. So if you like what we're doing, want to follow along with a little small farmer, please hit the subscribe button, not the subscribe button. Hit that little bell notification so you'll know when we post a video. See a video you like, hit the like button, comment, ask a question. Try to get around to them. And if you have subscribed, we thank you. And if you're not subscribed, and if you are subscribed, whatever, we thank you for watching it, either way. But look for videos on pumpkins upcoming, more sweet corn. I hate to keep shooting the same videos of me doing the same thing, but I'm kind of in a routine right now where I'm doing it over and over and over. So, but we'll try to get it all done, and we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night.